Hi everybody, we had a request for some basic skills videos, one of those being transitions. So I'm going to go ahead and cover a little bit about basic transition technique today. There's a couple of different reasons why you might want to transition from your long gun or carbine, primary weapon, whatever the case is, to your secondary weapon or your sidearm handgun. And one of those being if you run out of ammunition on your primary weapon and the situation you're dealing with makes you want to have a weapon in your hand of any nature as quickly as possible. A lot of times it's faster to go to your secondary weapon rather than reload. And this is going to kind of depend on your engagement distance. If we're talking about a further distance out where a handgun is not a good option, the good side is that generally speaking you're probably going to have a little more time, discretionary time, to reload and get your primary weapon back up and running. Another reason you might transition is if you experience a malfunction in your primary weapon, and again the situation calls for getting a gun in your hands as quickly as possible, and the sidearm will do the trick quite nicely. So you go for your handgun instead of fiddling with your malfunction. Again, there will be situations where you will have the opportunity to clear that malfunction rather than going for your secondary weapon, but you do want to know how to be able to make a smooth transition should the situation call for it. So welcome to the land of ice and snow out here. I'm just going to go ahead and cover some just basic transition stuff. So you are initially using your primary weapon, your rifle or carbine as the case may be, and you're firing. You experience a malfunction or you run out of ammunition. First thing you're going to do, I'm talking about an AR platform specifically here because that's what I have. You're going to put your gun on safety. It's going to get stowed. You're going to go for your sidearm. Okay, that's real slow-mo, but those are kind of the basic tenets of it. This is why you want to have a sling on your primary weapon. Other reasons to have a sling include being able to stabilize your weapon. The sling really helps with that. You can cinch it up and make a good stable sort of a triangle here, you know, and that's really good. But having a sling is going to allow you to stow that in transition. Okay, that's important. There's really no specific magical way to do this. Get it out of the way, try to keep the muzzle out of the dirt. That's kind of what you're after. If you have some kind of a plate carrier or chest rig, a lot of guys like to put some kind of an elastic bungee that they can put their rifle to the side and hook that around. But again, that's not going to be something you're doing in your initial transition more than likely, because that's a time delay, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of a transition to begin with. So you're up, you're shooting, bang, bang, click, get that out of the way, and go for your sidearm. Okay? That's kind of how it goes. And we're going to go ahead and run over that real quick here with some live fire. Have a magazine loaded with 2 rounds here, and what that will do is allow me to shoot twice and then have an empty gun. The slide will lock back and it won't go bang, and that's how we can conveniently practice our transition drill. And then we go from there.